Okay.
So we're Fight BLIGHT. This is the financial analyst Aria. This is the director of marketing Kimberly. Ow. This is the neighborhood liaison Armin. And I'm the city liaison, and this is the site planner Jeanette. And we're Fight BLIGHT.
We envision a new, highly captivating community built in the Elmwood district, focusing on acknowledging its roots and emphasizing progress to a more stable city that will leave long-lasting footprints of prosperity by providing enhanced, contemporary, high-tech flavor. The vibrant environment in which the district has been transformed into allows for residents to enjoy more open space, fresh air, and an organic feeling with the surrounding parks. In a community such as this, residents will enjoy the convenience of living in an area that has office and retail buildings along with accessible means of transportation. By concentrating housing away from the congested downtown, it will create a more family-friendly environment and harmonious community that will attract more residents, and accommodating residents that from diverse income groups gives them equal opportunity to access a comfortable living style that they always dreamed of. Imagine going west on Madison Street. A stable city with a vibrant environment is seen to the north. Families and tourists are walking all around, entering and exiting small shops, sitting on park benches. Laughter echoes the street from small children on a Sunday afternoon. Residents are encountering our towering set of offices on Madison Street, where university students and residents will be employed not too far from home. We envision our residents strolling down 9th Avenue, being greeted by a continuous vibrant atmosphere created by small shops, boutiques, cafes, and restaurants. Kelly's Supermarket is always close enough to provide the needed essentials for Sunday night dinner. It is placed distant enough from housing where it will not provide too much noise, but placed close enough on Madison Street where it will be noticed by oncoming traffic. Although there are family dwellings close enough for noise to be heard, we have added a caged-in basketball court to distract from the busyness of Kelly's Supermarket. We have used Central Park and York Dry Goods as smooth transitions to residential housing. Walking past our downtown Central Park, in which many people will be able to congregate and pursue different activities, whether it's a simple stroll or a relaxing picnic under our beautiful oak trees. We want our residents to feel comfortable and spaced out enough from the noise so that families may prosper and grow, but close enough so that they may reap the benefits of living in an enhanced, contemporary, high-tech flavor of city life. Due to the varying age groups living in our residential areas, it was most appropriate to build a skate park and have many open parks and plazas for families and tourists to gather and relax. Central Park is close enough to shop so that one may buy take out after a busy day at work and walk down the street, pick up their kids from the Yorktown Daycare Center, and feast while viewing the beautiful landscape of the surrounding parks. For a more prestigious experience in Elmwood, we have designated our luxury condos to be as far from the noise and vibrancy as possible, meanwhile keeping their taste and lifestyle in mind by placing high-end retail in a luxurious plaza near their condos.
Employees will be more attracted to work with nearby retail rather than having the offices placed elsewhere in town, because we do not want to isolate them from the rest of the community. Nearby retails situated with great proximity with each other will allow people to walk downtown the street rather than using their cars to get across town to get to other retail. They will be placed downtown where a lot of people can have easier access to it. Removing the homeless shelter does indeed cost us $1 million, but the trade-off is that we can have retail in its place and can allow for more tax revenues for the city. Removing this will also be more aesthetically pleasing to the Elmwood district. By building a skate park in the north part of town, we can draw the skateboarders away from the congested downtown that can disrupt employees, clients, and other.
As a neighborhood liaison, it is my primary objective to gain neighborhood support. Without neighborhood support, the chance of a project succeeding and advancing will be minuscule. The surrounding neighborhood is the most directly affected. Therefore, they have a significant stake in what we propose. The group with the most political clout would be the Elmwood Home Alliance, because they consist of over 800 homeowners who are voting and tax-paying people. Potential negative impacts of not compromising consist of negative media coverage, lawsuits, and boycotts. We have taken into consideration all the requests made by every single group and the neighborhoods, and we have compromised. We have taken out a homeless shelter, and instead we put a community center, which is what the Jobs and Justice wanted. Instead of a Q-Mart, which will lead to traffic and noise, we have added more retail, which will subsequently add more jobs for the lower income families. And along with supermarkets. For the skateboarders, we have created a skate park so they can skate freely in the premise.
Meeting the demand. Drifters and street people often take shelter in abandoned buildings. By meeting the demand and absorbing these buildings in less than 3 years will not allow for people to reside in these buildings because they will be occupied, and this can help remove blighting influences. Having office along transit will make more people to come work there and absorb the office buildings more quickly. The nearby university allows for young professionals to come and work nearby. Having the Kelly supermarket is the appropriate alternative to having a Q-Mart. The nearest grocery store is 40 minutes away, and not everyone has easy access to transportation to get there. The Q-Mart might provide many jobs, but the residents do not demand this because it will drive a nightmarish traffic and draw people from outside the neighborhood, thus destroying the Elmwood character. The nearest Kmart is located 18 miles away. Because of the high demand of affordable housing, 1/5 of our housing was made affordable. It is impossible to meet this unlimited demand because of the limited public funds that are available. We include rental apartments, townhouses, and luxury condo to meet some of the demand of the mixed income.
So, as city liaison, we have done a good job by getting rid of blighting influence as best as we can, by getting rid of the homeless shelter, and in addition, within the 3 years, all the residences should be filled up, so there will be no space for the homeless to occupy, so they will be forced to be sent out. Additionally, we have mixed and affordable housing. So affordable housing has come up to be 21%, making the rest market, so the city will be able to get a profit from the marketing housing. And additionally, Yorktown has been able to provide 1,040 jobs, so it's going to allow people of mixed incomes to stay in Yorktown, and the retail will help generate revenue for the city because there will be no Q-Mart, but there will be a Kelly supermarket, which will provide groceries and other essential needs and also other retail. And the only historical building is York Dry Goods. And the rest are actually not historical, so that's the only one we have to preserve. And we are.
Having housing concentrated away from the congested and noisy downtown allows for these housing units to be absorbed more quickly. They are not isolated, but they will not be placed in the center of a noisy area. This will attract more empty nesters and young professionals with families. Excuse me. Placing parks near housing allows for families to take their kids to the park and live in a healthy environment. Placing the luxury condo in a more quieter area prevents its value from declining. Placing them in the east part of town is beneficial because on the west part of town, the existing family dwellings are for a low-income population, and we place them there, and their value will decline and not be absorbed.
Financial outlook. We have a 17% rate of return with about $1 million returned to the city. Some profit-generating things we included are luxury high-rises and offices. And office buildings bring new jobs for residents, customers, for local retailers, tax revenues that help the city provide and maintain parks, community centers, fire and police services, etc., etc. These are making the city more prosperous. Victorian Row was removed completely because in the limited area we do have to develop, the land has profit potential for retail, office space, and etc., which is what we put there. 21% or 1/5 of our housing is affordable, and it is put throughout the city to mix it, which brought our rate of return down, though minimally, but we felt it was important to have mixed income groups. A greater variety of residents will have different interests, and their desire to buy from different retail stores will help economic flow. With QMart, there are approximately 1,250 jobs at a 15% return in our plans, but our final plan had 1,140 jobs, 17% return. We put a maximum amount of retail into Elmwood without exceeding 3 years absorption for the neighborhood retail. In summary, the diversity of residential buildings for mixed income groups and jobs and tax revenues for the city. These are our goals. Diversity of residential buildings for mixed income groups, jobs and tax revenues for the city, removing blight, having retail for a variety of needs, preservation of the most historical building, attempts to meet the demand of the people, and all the buildings will be absorbed in 3 years or less. Having jobs near transit to making it more convenient, open space, family friendly, a vibrant environment with lively nightlife, and grocery stores for essential and easy access. Thank you.